So, last name. Zahka or Zahka?
Zahka.
Boom.
Yeah.
Home run.
How it's spelled. Like,
yeah. Nikki.
Yep.
That's your legal born name written on your...
Nicole.
Nicole?
But I don't look like a Nicole, feel like a Nicole.
Who says?
Don't go by Nicole. I don't like it.
You know, I know a couple Nicoles. You know, I can't say you look like any of them.
I don't know.
Well, you got a great point.
It's too formal for me.
And you're informal.
Yeah.
Oh. Have you always been like that?
Pretty much. I'd chill.
Chill.
Just relax. Yeah.
Yes. And you know something that's interesting, because I'll tell you what, when you peruse your social media accounts, you seem like you're ready to go. Let's do this. Jumping in ice buckets, working out. Hurry up. Let's get some. And then here you are.
Very chill.
Most chill. Wow. That's great.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, workouts are probably more intense, or I get serious at times, but yeah, pretty much chill. Go with the flow.
Well, that's good. That's good. Really good. Good for you too. Because I think everybody needs a little more chill.
Yeah.
I'm one of them. Drink way too much coffee. Yeah.
You jacked up right now?
Oh, so jacked up. I really am way jacked up. I had like half a pot of coffee.
Oh God.
And a multivitamin. Yeah, so Nikki, not Nicole. Nikki, what's your story?
So that is a very broad question, but for how I got into fitness.
Well, see, there's no wrong answer here. You can tell me about whatever you'd like.
Okay, so how I got into all of this like side hustle and fitness stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was an athlete pretty much my whole life, but I was never really into the gym. Didn't really know my way around or anything. Was kind of the chubby one growing up. And then I did do diving when I was little, but when I went to college at UNH, I was actually a lifeguard there and saw a meet and was like, I really actually missed the diving. So asked the coach if I could do a tryout. Ended up walking on the team. It's Division I, so you get a lifting coach, a nutritionist, all the things. You're training like twice a day. I mean, it's intense.
Yeah.
So without really meaning to, I lost 25 pounds and just ended up from like lifting, nutritionist, all the coaches that we had, learning about all of that in the gym, and really just fell in love with the process, because I wasn't going in to really try to lose weight or lose fat or like look a certain way. It was really just I was building strength, and I realized that I could set high goals for myself and like crush those, and felt really good about myself.
Yeah. And
developed that self-confidence, and ended up really loving my body when I've always been picking myself apart and hating everything about it. So I ended up posting a transformation picture in college. That was back right when Instagram was like kind of getting started, coming up.
2009.
It was,
Wild guess. I have no idea.
I graduated high school 2011, so it was probably around 2013, 14-ish. And that kind of blew up because it was just good timing, I think. And so I started just going with the momentum. People were asking me, how did you do it? I started coaching people on the side, which was a good side hustle at college and everything. When I moved to Austin, I started working more with brands and companies and products and gyms, like just loving working with brands and stuff instead of doing the personal coaching.
Any come to mind when you tell that part of the story?
I work with F45, South Shore, and True Fusion, South Austin, probably the longest actually here now.
Jeremy and what's his wife's name there?
Morgan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, love them. Great community there.
Previous podcast guest, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll have to listen to those.
Small world.
Yeah. And then I just live by myself and kind of dabble at different gyms. And like I have friends that are all personal trainers or like teach at classes. So I like to go to a lot of different gyms now. but it shifted my focus more to that instead of the one-on-one coaching. I still do that a little bit on the side. But the fitness journey kind of shifted too because COVID started. I didn't mean to do this, but went way too hard on, I started working out more and not eating more
What
to
happened?
like go over that.
What happened to the food?
I just like stayed where I was at and what I was doing with food wise, but like working out a ton more because you're trapped at home and there's nothing else to do type of thing.
I got a home gym during COVID. Yeah.
And so that ended up really messing up my hormones. My stress levels were through the roof, like cortisol levels and everything. So that's when I started looking at all my labs and realizing I finally look the way that I want, but I'm not healthy anymore. So I've been trying to reverse all of that now. So having that mind shift of growing up and being the chubby one and always wanting to shrink myself, and now reversing that. I'm doing like a mini bulk reverse diet right now, trying to get like happy, healthy hormones again, back on track. So that's been kind of a huge mind shift now too.
And I've got so many questions. Holy smokes. Wow. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. That is something else. What a journey.
The
Goodness.
long-winded answer.
Let me ask you, so 2013-ish is when you started tapping into the fitness space.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, now you're fully immersed in it.
I like to think I'm always learning, always growing. It's a journey.
Yeah, no kidding. You said you were always let's talk a little bit about the psychology and the self-talk here. You said you were the chubby one for a little while. And keep in mind, with this chat, I feel like we're going to help a lot of people. That's the whole goal of this, right?
What I try to do.
Helping through storytelling.
Yeah.
So the chubby one compared to who? In whose eyes? Was anybody saying this to you by chance? Or was it simply you telling you that back then?
Think both. I do have like one memory, actually coming back from college when I was my skinnier self. And one of my good guy friends that been friends with him, I don't even know how many years, like really close to me. He was dating one of my best friends at the time. Didn't mean anything bad by it. I think he meant it in a positive way, but it stuck with me. And he was like, Nikki, you look amazing. My mom actually said a few years ago when she grows up and like gets into her body, she's going to be beautiful. And I was like,
a compliment without a compliment.
It's a compliment, but it was also like, so like I was the ugly, chubby one kind of, and then like grew into like, I wasn't beautiful back then, but now that I'm skinny, I look beautiful to other people. It was little comments like that, but also just like always being the best friend, never the person somebody's interested in. It's out of my friend group looking around. I'm friends with all these athletes that look amazing, and then I don't look that way type of thing. So it was both. I'm sure it's a internal thing, but also just who you hang out with and looking at other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a big difference, doesn't it?
I think just being a girl too. It's hard growing up. Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot. Throwing it back, 2000. Gosh, I don't even know. I was a little bit on the hefty side as well growing up. Yeah. Then ninth grade hit, and I got a bicycle. I asked for a bicycle for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Because I didn't want to be inside the house.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like being inside the house. So I'd go everywhere on that thing. Miles, 100 miles a day on a BMX bike. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Shaped up. Changed my life. Yeah.
I think walking in college, honestly, because you walk everywhere.
Yeah.
So that really helped a lot too.
Okay. Now let's get on the hormone side of things because that light bulb just went off right now. You said you had unhealthy levels. How does one know? Other than a doctor saying your levels are unhealthy. How do you know?
So like during COVID?
Yeah.
So there's a couple different ways. I knew something was wrong when I lost my period for a couple months. Wasn't pregnant, knew that. And So I went to my gyno, told her what's going on. She was like, oh, I wouldn't really worry about it type of thing, but I knew something was wrong. And so I ended up getting labs done. I was not producing any testosterone or estrogen myself. My body was not producing anything anymore. I did not have any sex hormones. I went off birth control I know it takes like a year or so after that to kind of regulate. It's been over 3 years, still nothing. Keep getting lab tests done. I am getting healthier. My hormones, I'm actually producing estrogen and testosterone again, so that's really good, but still not back. So I'm still doing other tests right now to try to figure out what's going on, but at least my hormones are getting better because I'm eating more healthy fats. I'm eating more in general. Like, I was working out, probably burning over 2,000 calories a day, but only eating like 1,500. And that's years of doing that, or like under eating for so long that my body just like the metabolism shot. I was tired all the time. I just got my hair cut yesterday, and my hairdresser was like, every time you come back in now, your hair is so much more healthy from when you first started coming in. It was falling out. It was thin and braille. Like when I was growing up, my hair was thick, curly, very like
you straightened
voluminous.
It yesterday.
She did, yes.
She did.
Yeah. And then it was like horrible for a couple of years, and that is because I was not giving myself the proper nutrients that my body needs, and I was hardly eating carbs, hardly eating any healthy fats. It was just like protein, veggies, like,
and that's
not a lot.
Yeah.
Not good, and it's definitely not good for hormones.
How many calories is let's say someone lists for an hour and a half, right? How many calories is someone like that doesn't really walk all that much in their job burn a day?
Well, there's a lot of answers to that.
Yeah, I know it's kind of huge, right? But let's say,
because like if you're talking about a 5'2" petite person like me, if I go for an hour lift, I'm burning about 200 calories.
200
versus if like my boyfriend goes and he's like 6 foot and like jacked, he's probably burning like 400.
400.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it depends on the person doing it too.
That's just during that workout.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what about kind of regular day activities?
Yeah.
How many?
Well, that's the trick and that's what I'm trying to get back to and remind myself. The most calories that you're burning per day is just what you're doing around the house. Like if you're walking around, if you're doing chores, your body honestly digesting food, you're burning the most calories during all of that portion of your day. You hardly burn any calories when you're actually doing a workout. That's such a minimal part of it.
Man.
But if you are doing like walk more, if you're parking farther back from the grocery store or something, doing all those things really add up.
Yeah.
And it is that like neat part of your day that you're burning more calories than your actual workout. But I was doing like 3 workouts a day, so I was burning a lot more calories.
Yeah. How long were they?
I mean, not a ton. I would wake up, do a little like cardio workout during lunch for a break during work, do another like either workout or walk or something, and then lifting at night after work.
And the overall, now looking back on it, where you are now, looking back, what was the purpose of that cycle? What was the purpose? What would you say it was?
Or like why?
Yeah. Why? Because I lift perhaps to simply, I don't know, be strong, and it's fun.
That's what you should be.
And it's once a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the right mindset to have. And that's what I'm getting back to, is focusing more on strength and aesthetics and how I look.
So you're saying at the time, it wasn't because of the
getting
fun
strong.
It was something else.
It was one, I used to go into the office every day, and then I started doing a work from home job. So just working from home, which I had more time in the day. I didn't have to get up and go to the office or anything. So instead I woke up and did a walk and get moving. And like, I honestly felt better when I did that for the rest of the day. I liked waking up with movement. And then I would be working for 4 hours or something and be like, I need a break. My break, instead of like just meditating or like doing a little stretch or whatever you might want to do, like hanging out, just eat lunch casually.
Yeah, lunch.
I would go out and do another like hour walk, and just like, it was honestly a stress relief for me. Every workout is kind of my me time. Yeah. It helps me get back into a meditation space. It is helpful for my mindset, and it just makes my body feel good. Like working out is that for me. And so when everything was getting shut down with COVID, I'm getting more stress, but I'm doing something stressful for my body. Like working out is putting stress on your body.
Yeah.
And so you shouldn't try to fight stress with more stress. I was doing HIIT workouts probably like 5 or 6 days a week, plus the lifting, plus walks and stuff. And you just don't need to put that much added stress on your body.
No.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Okay. Let's throw it back. Where did you grow up?
In a little town in Massachusetts.
How little?
There was like probably, I guess, medium size compared to who you asked, but like 199 people in my graduating class. It's like a
high school?
Little farm town.
Farm town?
Yeah.
What was the biggest town close by? Worcester?
So are you from Mass?
No.
Oh, because nobody knows Massachusetts. If you know, like, Natick is the biggest one, probably, like a half hour away.
How do you spell that?
Natick?
Yeah.
Natick.
Oh, the T. Natick. No, I never heard of Natick. Massachusetts. Is that towards the coast?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Not the state of Massachusetts, but wherever you grew up. Is that close to the coast?
Like an hour away.
Okay. Oh, what's the Berkshires? Were you by the Berkshires?
No.
Okay. All right, so you grew up over there. You went through the same school system your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, your friend group.
Yep.
You know any of them?
Do I know my friends?
Still? From there?
Yeah.
From growing up?
One of them moved down here to Austin. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Sarah.
Sarah? She's your best friend for life?
She's probably going to be one of my best friends for life, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you can't predict the future. That's hilarious. That's cool. So after you graduated high school, you went off to college. For what did you do while you were in school?
Like, what did I study?
Yeah.
Business. So I was a dual major in management and marketing.
Oh, okay. Do you use that? Ish? Is it helpful?
I'm a full-time sales tech rep, or tech sales rep.
For Dell?
No, for Anaplan.
What was that?
It is a company that helps with enterprise planning, connected planning.
Oh, I don't know what that means even.
So like for when your finance division's trying to do forecasting and everything, they need certain numbers from sales, from supply chain, from HR to do forecasting. And so we help bring all of the different lines of businesses to be able to plan in one platform together.
Gee, okay. Just some business alignment right there.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. What an interesting life. And what brought you here to Texas?
A job, actually. So I used to work at Oracle. When I did the business development program up in Boston, and when I was eligible to become an actual account executive, I wanted to move somewhere else because I've been in New England my whole life. My whole family pretty much stays there. Nobody really moves. So I was like, want to experience something else. And it was either between Austin or Santa Monica, California.
Dang.
But I love the beach, so I did want to do California, but they don't do cost of living, so I'd be getting paid the same for each one. Wow. And I was like, well, I've heard good things about Austin, so I'm just going to go for it. Did not know anybody here, never been to Texas before in my life. Just moved here.
Wow. For how long?
It's over 6 years now, so going on 7 years. I thought I'd come down for like a year or two, check it out, feel it out. I was like, I can always go home if I want to, and ended up falling in love with the city and staying here.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
New York.
So kind of similar.
Kind of. Yeah. Yeah. Lived in Chicago for a little while. Lived in San Diego for 2.5 years.
Oh, that's another one I love.
Yeah, isn't it awesome? San Diego?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of San Diego?
The beach.
You got a particular beach in mind?
No, I did think it's just like a similar vibe to Austin, but it's on the beach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Minus the tech. They need more tech out there.
Well, everybody's coming down to Austin, so.
Yeah.
The new Silicon Valley.
It is. You nailed it. Yeah. Okay. So where can somebody find you on the weekends? What kind of things you typically like to do for yourself? Like, you out there like hopping around the gyms, saying all the gym people? Are you talking to clients? What's some of your favorite Austin hotspots and things for you?
Depends on the weekend. I know. Well, because like the last few weekends were South by Southwest, so hitting all the pop-ups and everything. I like to explore that, trying to listen to some music, maybe tonight.
Yeah, it is last
hanging
day.
out with friends, doing game nights and stuff.
Game nights?
Or like for my 30th birthday, we rented a party bus, went out to some of the distilleries in Hill Country.
Whoa.
I do like being a grandma and just being home and sleeping at 10 p.m.
That's amazing. That's like a record.
What can you do?
That's a world record. That's incredible.
So it just depends on how I'm feeling and what's going on that weekend.
Yeah, true that. Well, the crowd wants to know what your go-to restaurant is here in town.
Restaurant. Okay, so the first thing I have to say is I'm probably not the best person to ask about restaurants. I have a million food allergies.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty hard for me to go out to eat at restaurants. But I do.
Like no nuts.
Yep. No nuts, no citrus, no most seeds I'm allergic to, wheat, soy. So it's pretty limited, and it's kind of to the point where I know what I like to eat, and I could probably make it for much cheaper and how I actually like to eat it at home by myself.
Yeah.
But I do go out sometimes, and so I do like Mexican restaurants and stuff. I love Iron Cactus.
They have an Iron Cactus here?
Yeah.
Where?
There's one on 6th Street. There's...
What?
Yeah.
Dang. That place rocks. I've been to the one on the Riverwalk in San Antonio.
Yeah. I actually like the one in Austin better.
What makes it better?
Just the food was better.
The food was better?
To me.
I believe you.
They do like brunch and stuff too, which is really good.
Dang.
But, yeah.
On a Sunday?
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only time you can ever get brunch.
No, people do brunch like all the time here.
Restaurants do it?
Yeah.
They have a brunch menu on a Tuesday?
Probably, some of them.
Pulling my leg.
Most of them are like Saturday, Sunday, I would say, but I do like a good brunch.
Okay. Well, we covered a little bit about your past. You grew up in the farmlands of Massachusetts.
Yes.
Yeah. Your family.
Yep.
Zahka.
Yep.
What is that?
Middle Eastern.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
Did you grow up on a farm?
But right next door to one.
Right next door to one. How'd your folks land on farmland, Massachusetts?
How'd they get to Medway? I honestly don't know.
You didn't ask them?
No. I mean, all of our extended family is like right around us, so they're pretty much all in Massachusetts in different towns.
Got it.
So we were very tight-knit, like with my cousins growing up. I have a big family on my dad's side, at least, for like very big Middle Eastern family that all lives around each other.
That's cool.
It's really fun, yeah.
Yeah. Man, I miss my family.
The only thing I really miss is that I say, coming from Massachusetts or Boston, people are like, are you ever going to go back? And I was like, I don't miss the winters. Like, I love Austin and everything. If it had an ocean in my family, it would be perfect. I just miss the beach.
Yeah, seriously. What does Massachusetts has beaches?
My
Of course it
parents
does.
actually, when I go back,
Yeah.
they live in South Shore right now, so they live right on the water. So I go back in
Whoa.
the summertime to visit them.
Wow. What a difference
Yeah,
from farmland to living on the water.
yeah,
It's amazing.
it's fun.
Good for them.
Yeah,
Dang.
no, they're living their best life.
Seriously. Yeah, so it seems like you're on the rebound of several years long worth of let's say it was a challenge, right?
Mm.
Would you say chalk it up to a challenge?
It's still a challenge.
It's still a challenge.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that, because I think there's going to be some people that can commiserate out there and perhaps learn from what you're going through. What makes it a challenge today?
Today is the mindset, I think, is the biggest challenge, just because, like I was kind of alluding to earlier, when you're growing up, especially as a young girl, being told you're beautiful if you're skinny, you are more popular if you're skinny, if you look a certain way and stuff. And so you're always trying to get smaller or reduce yourself.
Mm.
And then I finally got to where I felt super confident and comfortable in myself, and I loved the way that I looked,
Mm-hmm.
and it was too far. And so trying to get back to a healthy body fat, body weight, and healthy hormones, get everything kind of corrected on the inside before I can start focusing on what I look like again. So more focusing on strength and trying to build myself right now, compared to, it was just a really big switch there of like, I have to focus more on working out to feel good, to build strength, instead of, working out so I look a certain way and people will trust me because I built this whole following and Instagram on how I look type of thing, which is probably just an internal conversation that I'm having. I like to think I bring more to the table than how I look, and people are drawn to me for more than that. But it is kind of getting that switch in your head, and just looking in the mirror and seeing the changes. Like, I'm 20 pounds up right now. And so seeing that difference, even if other people can't really see it, or if they're trying to make me feel better and saying stuff, but it really is like a huge change in trying to find that self-confidence and really quiet the inner critic in myself, like when I'm looking at myself or how I feel and everything. So it's just shifting, really trying to get stronger, trying to feel good instead of look good.
How do you know you've accomplished what you're seeking to accomplish right now?
I think my labs will hopefully show that I'm healthy and on the right track.
So that's physically healthy. That's physically healthy, right? How do you know that you're in a place to where you're unshakable when it comes to self-talk and influence of others?
I don't think you'll ever be at that place. I don't think you can be unshakable. I mean, maybe, I think it's also a very different conversation for men versus females. I think as women, we're always kind of the biggest critic of ourselves, and always comparing ourselves to others, even though we're trying not to. Or even if, like, on Instagram, you're seeing all those people like that seem super confident and that they have all of their shit together.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm not supposed to swear on this.
Okay.
But usually underneath it all, like, we all have that inner self-talk that's critiquing something. So I think it will always be a journey of trying to improve that and get better. I think, like anybody else, I have good days and I have bad days, but having more good days and bad days is kind of the goal. And when I do hear myself doing that self-talk or any of that negativity, it's just switching that narrative. So that's really what I'm working on right now.
On your darkest days, I call them dark days. For myself, you talked about everybody's got bad days. I call it darkness. And what would you say, where would you say that you pull your strength from on those days when you're like, no, you know what, this is just one of those days, I gotta get through it, and I'm gonna I'm going to be all right.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
I think a couple different things. So I always like to remind myself I've already been through this. Like, I've already proven that I can do hard shit. I can get through it. I've transformed my body before, and I've done it, like, maybe I went too far eventually, but I've done it in a healthy way. And I was very strong and felt good and looked good for a good amount of time. I can do that again. I just need to find the right path. So I kind of use myself as motivation. And then just knowing what can calm you and what makes you feel good. Like, I know if I get out in nature and I do a hike or a walk and I'm just kind of with myself and my thoughts, I feel really good. If I have some anger to get out or anything, if I do a lift or a HIIT workout, I'm going to feel good after. Like, just knowing what makes you feel good and what can help you change that mindset. Honestly, on sunny days, if I'm feeling bad, just go to the pool and get some sunshine. Like, sun does amazing things too and makes you happy. So being around your friends that you know can uplift you, and loved ones or your significant other, like, just having that support system. So I think there's a bunch of different things, but just knowing what works for you.
Wow. Yeah, that was really well said.
Thank you.
That's helpful. It is. It's like, it can be simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People overcomplicate a lot of things, but
do they?
Most of life is pretty simple. I do it too. It's not like projecting on other people. I do that all the time, and I have to remind myself, like, every day. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you look up to?
Oh, a lot of people. I mean, honestly, my parents a lot, which I think helps because they, like I said, living their best lives right now. That's what I want in the future. I think they've always been my go-to for how I want a relationship to be and look like. And I think they've created a really great life for themselves so that they're happy. So that's kind of my go-to for how I want my future to look like.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to say about that.
Yeah. And I think, like, certain athletes growing up, I've always looked up to, depending on what sport I'm doing. And then there's people in the community, honestly, that I've met here in Austin specifically, that I see them, they're doing amazing stuff, and it really inspires me, and I want to be around them and around people that make me better and challenge me like that. So that's honestly why I love Austin so much.
Who comes to mind first when you think of that?
There's a lot of them. I think when I first moved here and started meeting people, I ended up meeting a lot of people, honestly, from, like, True Fusion and stuff. How to meet friends when I first moved here. I would go
I've seen you over at True Fusion because I was there when they first opened.
Probably because so the yoga director there was actually, I worked with her at Core Power Yoga when I lived up north. And then when she was starting True Fusion, she was like, you should come check this out. So I did all of the, like, community workouts before they first opened too.
Yeah.
And that's when I met a lot of people that kind of branched out. I met, like, if you know Erin Finley, she used to work. So
CJ's wife.
I met CJ through her, and I've literally met, I think,
CJ was on our podcast.
Really? I've met, like, literally the whole Austin fitness community through Erin and CJ, I feel like.
Wow.
So, like, all of the Squatch community and stuff. But CJ's killing it. He's one of the people that comes to mind. I think that's amazing what he's built from the ground up. And I think from seeing him develop from all those years ago is so cool. Like Morgan and Jeremy, what they've done with True Fusion is so awesome. I think there's a lot of women that come to mind that are also my close friends, that I don't know if people would know names. Sarah does mean a lot to me because I've known her since I was a baby. I've had a couple other friends that moved down here, but it is just, like, a lot of people that are doing their own thing, and it's like, wow, I really want to have that motivation and kind of create something for myself like that too.
Speaking of creating something for yourself like that, anything specific come to mind for future projects?
I still trying to figure everything out, I feel like. I get asked this a lot because I don't want to quit my corporate job. I am one of those people that I actually kind of enjoy that side and having that, one, the stability, but also I learn a ton from being in that sales side. Like joining this new company, I just joined in January, and it's a very complex sale. It is very complex technology.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to C-level executives or VPs at these massive enterprise companies.
What is a C level?
Like CEO, CFO, like chief
is
financial.
Is there a B-level executive?
No.
No?
It's just like chief executive officer, chief financial officer. But
C level.
Yeah.
The letter C.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
So it's all the executives from each line of business, like supply chain, sales, finance, and I'm having to learn to speak their language and have those business conversations of how to transform their business. I'm learning a ton and I love that. And so that does challenge me and it excites me. But I also have my side hustle of health and fitness and wellness that I have so many goals for myself that I want to work with specific brands or companies and kind of build my own brand, personal brand.
Your own personal brand.
Yeah.
For the overall goal of
just
I'm having fun. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Just like building a personal brand so people feel comfortable coming to me and seek my advice or want to work with me. And I actually find extreme joy in connecting people and networking. So all of the brands that I work with, and then when I go to different community workouts and different people, I love connecting people to be able to help each other out and kind of seeing that blossom too. So,
okay. If I'm going to use an analogy, you're putting all the ingredients in the soup pot. Not sure what kind of soup it's going to make yet, but it's going to be good. You know it, right? It's in alignment with who you are.
Yeah. And well, I'm trying to. The difficult thing is I don't have a clear vision and exactly path what I want to do. So I know I have to kind of go more internal to figure that out if I do want to do something different with my life.
Well, I think there's a lot to say in the activities that you do on a daily basis and the environment you surround yourself with that you put yourself in. Yeah. It seems to be in alignment with, so let's say this, you wake up tomorrow and you're ready to make that change or what have you, right?
Yeah.
You've already built up the foundation, it seems. Would you say? Or no?
Depending what I want to do, but yeah,
well, it's not like you're going to go ahead and be a bakery owner, because, like, or am I, or would you?
Who knows?
Really?
Who knows
it's
at
that?
this point? No, I'm kidding. It will probably, if I ever do something, it will be in health, wellness, fitness. And that's why I want to continue to learn and grow. And I'm still always on my journey is what I say, because I've gone from really being kind of focused on the gym and working out and all of that. And then I shifted and was like, I really want to learn more about nutrition and how what I'm putting into my body affects what I'm doing. And then had this whole thing of I'm kind of still obsessed with all the labs and figuring out your own health data and how to optimize your body and live longer and all of that. And so I keep learning new things every year to kind of put into the tool belt. And everything excites me. So I don't know what way I would want to go.
That's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
But that's why I kind of love what I'm doing right now, because I do have that. I'm working my full-time job, and then everything in health and fitness right now is just pure enjoyment for me and fun.
Yeah.
And there's no pressure to make money or a living off of it. So that's why I'm sticking with that routine, because I don't want to put that pressure where I feel like I need to be making a certain amount of money to pay my bills, or like trying to sell people on stuff. It's like I want to be talking to people and helping people because I love to do that and have those conversations.
And you get to do that.
Yeah.
And you are doing it right now. And okay, well, that's fantastic.
Makes me happy.
Yeah. Not many people can say they've got something like that.
I'm lucky. Well, I would say lucky, but also I've worked my ass off to get to here. So it's a little bit of both.
You create the luck or something like There's a saying out there.
I will say it was pretty lucky, like the transformation, timing, and everything. So I think there's a little bit of luck to everything, but it's also you make your own, and whatever you're working hard and putting the most, whatever you're watering the most is going to grow the most.
It's like a Mark Cuban statement right there. Nice work. Nice work. Yeah. Wow. Who's somebody that you want to talk to that you haven't got to talk to yet?
In general?
That's alive.
Oh.
If you could sit down with them, pick their brain for an hour, really connect, who would it be?
I would have to think about that.
My last guest said Oprah.
That's a good one. But
You know where she lives? She lives in somewhere in California, Montecito. Some big old mansion. You know how I know? Because I wrote her a letter this morning. See if she'd be willing to chat with my podcast guest.
I'm guessing it's too early to know if she.
Yeah, I didn't actually mail it yet. It's written. I have to print it. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people in the health and wellness space, but
Tony
Robbins, love him.
Robbins?
Oh, who are you thinking of?
No, the guy from P90X.
Oh.
What's his name? Is it Tony?
I think it is Tony, but he kind of creeped me out, to be honest.
He did?
He's like too much energy.
Oh.
Sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
No. That wasn't, it was just some of the videos would be. I think Tony Robbins would honestly be on that list, though.
What would you ask him?
I'd have a million questions. He's amazing, though, just like his mindset and everything. I think all the people that I listen to their podcasts, honestly, like Jay Shetty would be on that list.
He wrote a book, right?
He did. Lewis Howes, love his podcast. Tom Bilyeu and Lisa. I love both of them. But their mindsets are just amazing.
Yeah. Navy SEALs, Jocko. His mindset's amazing.
I don't know, you probably don't listen to Girls Gotta Eat, but I love both of them, so they would be fun to talk to just for shits and gigs, but they're like more comedians.
Girls Gotta Eat.
Yeah.
Are they podcast hosts?
Yeah.
Thought so.
Yep.
Sounds like a funny podcast. Okay. And let's say there's one message that 100 years from now, you're going to look back and be grateful that you got to share it with people. What would that message be today?
I mean, there's so many quotes that come to mind, honestly. A few of them. One that I just heard again that really hit home because I'm going through some health stuff. It was like, everything seems so important until your health is gone. And then you realize the only thing that's truly important is your health. So that one hit home for me. And honestly, I forget the exact quote, but it was pretty much, people won't remember you for the things that you do or say or what you didn't do. They remember you for how you make them feel. So I always try to keep that in the back of my mind too, because I just want to make people feel good and feel confident.
Yeah. That's powerful. It's really good.
I thought so.
You're patting yourself on the back over here.
No, they're not my quotes.
Yeah, but you memorize them like a champ.
I don't know if that was word for word for either of them.
It sounded like it if it wasn't.
Thank you.
Nice job. And how do people reach out to you? What if they want to pick your brain? What if they want to meet with you or have you coach them on things?
I would say the biggest one is Instagram. So getfitwith_NIKK.
NIKK.
Yep. Get fit with Nick.
Nick. Folks, you heard it here first. Chill Nikki. Chill Nikki.
Chill. I guess I'll go with that.
Thank you so much for hopping on the chat today. This is great.
I had fun.
Very
Thank
helpful.
you for having me.
Of course. Yeah. So hit her up if you got questions.
Yeah.
Till next time, folks. Greg Carlson, Pivotal Moments Podcast.
Let's go.
Cheers.